Hi guys, welcome to Simple Programming. In this video, let us see how to make use of of conditional and condition interface available in Spring. In some scenarios, you might need to validate or verify something before loading a bean in the context. How will you implement these scenarios in Spring? You can make use of the Spring condition. Spring conditions are heavily used in message-driven microservices, event-driven microservices, etc. Or let us say that you want to control the loading of a bean in a specific environment. You might think we can use other rate of profiles for this. Yes, that is correct. But profile annotation is restricted to write conditional checking based on predefined properties. Other rate of conditional annotation does not have this restriction. With the help of condition interface, you can write a condition to check a predefined property, or you can write your own condition, own logic inside it. So this is a major difference between other rate of profile and other rate of conditional and conditional interface. What if you have some user defined logic associated with loading a bin that has some if then else statements associated with that logic? You might want to use other rate of conditional and condition interface in those scenarios. Let us see how to make use of these two with an example now. I have a simple Spring Boot application here. So let me quickly show you the controller. The controller is nothing fancy. It's going to be a REST controller, and I have auto-wide the REST template here, and it's going to request a string from a different service, and then it's going to return the string. The condition that I'm going to use is I'm going to set up a value in my property file, and if that value is true, then this REST template bean should be loaded. If not, then this should not be loaded. Okay, so let us quickly take a look at our condition class. So the condition class is going to implement the Spring condition interface, and once you implement that, you would be overriding the matches method. So inside this matches method, you can have your own implementation here. In this case, I'm going to get the property api.student.generate token from my property file, and if the token value is allow, then I'm going to say this condition is true. If the value is not allow, then it will be this condition is false, and I would not allow this bean to be loaded in the context. So let us quickly take a look at our configuration. The configuration class has the REST template bean in it, and if you notice, on top of the REST template, I have annotated it with at the rate of conditional. So I have a condition as verify student dot class. So let us say you have multiple scenarios. For example, let us say you have a bean. A simple example of a bean that returns something, okay, and you want this to be loaded only when a specific condition meets. So this is how you can use multiple conditions on top of the beans to make sure that the condition passes enough so that the bean loading can happen in the context. So this is very useful, especially if you work on a message driven microservice architecture or event driven architectures. Or else let us say that you are using Spring integration. In this case, there are multiple message channels will be available. You want to make sure that the set of message channels should be visible only to the sender, and that should be a set of message channels that should be visible only to the receiver. So how would you do this? You might want to use at the rate of condition in this case, especially when your application makes use of inbound, outbound adapter channels, right? There is a need for you to make use of at the rate of condition, especially in these scenarios. Let me quickly run this example, and I'll show you how this example works. So before that, let us take a look at our property file. So in our property file, I have the API student.generate.token, which I have in the condition class, and this token is going to be denied. I want to show you how the bean creation will not happen when the condition is not met. So let me quickly run this example. Alright, you could see here that bean REST template is not loaded in our context. So now let me go and change this value to allow, and then let me run the application again. Cool. So our application is up and running, which means the bean REST template has been successfully loaded to our context. So this is how you make use of of conditional and condition interface in Spring. And this is very handy in most scenarios where you can avoid lot of code that you write to achieve a scenario. Thanks for watching guys, and please subscribe for more such videos.